Whenever Madhouse Studios takes on an anime, you can expect there to be a lot of hype, and you can expect that anime to have godlike animation, to be incredible, to be one of the best of the season. So Madhouse Studios is known for taking on One Punch Man, Parasite, Death Note, No Game No Life, Death Parade, and a bunch of other successful anime, where the animation, the story, everything about it is just 10 out of 10. Now, Madhouse is only doing one anime show in the fall of 2016, and that show is The Prince of Stride Alternative. Now the question is, does this anime live up to the hype of the other shows? I gotta say, this is not a good start for Madhouse Studios. This is not a good start for the 2016, one of the best anime studios in the industry. They just didn't deliver. Now, this episode of Prince of Stride has a lot of potential, which is why I'm gonna watch an episode 2, and it is Madhouse Studios. Whenever you have Madhouse Studios, you need to give them a chance. But overall, this episode was average, is what I would say. But let me talk about the good and the bad. Why is that the reason? Okay, first of all, spoilers, by the way, spoiler warning. So the episode starts out very well. You have two guys running this epic chase scene, and they touch hands. Apparently, they're very well known in the school, but then they're not in the majority of the episode. Apparently, they quit the team and they're not really available. So you have some other new guys who are in charge of the Stride Club at the Honen Academy. So at the Honen Academy, you have an introduction of a bunch of characters, and that's where the problem comes. Episode 1 introduced so many characters. They didn't particularly focus on any of them and give them character development. So you have a bunch of characters, the whole cast introduced, and you don't have any sort of development. So at the end of the episode, you're still wondering who's the MC. Throughout the majority of the episode, it wasn't clear who the MC, the main character, was. And while that was clear towards the end, you didn't have any sort of connection to the character. And it's not all about animation, and I've said this before. You can have the best animated show, but if your character development isn't there and the audience is not connected to the characters, the show's not gonna do so well. So that was the main problem. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice trailer, the most recent trailer, showed most of the characters. It showed Doomsday. It just revealed too much, and it's kind of like watching the whole movie ahead of time. This episode, a better way to go would have been to introduce the two MCs, the main characters, and then the other characters that are part of the cast, maybe introduce them in the second episode. Give us a little teaser towards the end and introduce new people in the next episode. I don't think that the method that they used in this episode was the way to go. Anyways, towards the end of the episode, that's when things got really good, and that's when I'm like, okay, there's potential on this. So the art style, Madhouse Studios, the art style is good. It's not the best for their anime, but it's pretty good. The color situation is interesting. So it's very colorful, but it's not saturated. It's kind of like a little bit desaturated, but still using a large color spectrum. Now, in terms of animation, that's where it shines. The animation during the chase scenes, during the running scenes, was incredible. I was not expecting to be so hyped from watching people run in an anime. Like, people were just, this is a sports anime. If you like Yoshimitsu Pedal, if you like Kuroko no Basket, you might enjoy this show because it is a sports anime, and that is not very common in the industry to have sports anime. But this is one of them. Madhouse has taken on everything. They've done comedies, they've done everything. So this episode, the chase scenes showed some interesting things that I really enjoyed. Besides the animation, they added in addition to the running, they added in some parkour, some hardcore parkour. But going on with that parkour, they actually used that to give a little bit more character narrative and character description. So you have one of the main characters who is this guy wearing glasses, and he's a creep. I mean, he comes in, he knows this girl, he knows what she wants to do, where she wants to go. He starts stalking her. He's staring at this other guy or other MC, and he starts touching his legs and being all creepy. When he's running, we notice that he doesn't do any flips, he doesn't do any tricks, and he just goes the regular path. So that shows a little bit more about his character. Now, the other person who is part of this Stride club, and then he's 6 members. This person didn't really want to be a runner, but he was trained as being part of 2 clubs, and now he's running. Now, this person, he was doing flips, he was doing tricks and doing crazy things. So that shows a little bit more about his personality and the way of his character. So I did like that, the way they showed us and not told us how these characters behave. Now our MC, he's an interesting character because he's almost like the perfect MC with very little flaws. So everybody, apparently he's kind of famous. Both of our MCs are pretty darn famous, but they didn't give us any backstory or explanation as to why they're famous, why these people know them. Besides the guy with the glasses, apparently he's like top of the under 15 class. But our other MC, what about him? Okay, what about this girl? Where does she come from? She's gonna be the manager, but why is she so into this Stride thing? Hopefully we're gonna get to find out in the next episode. And the other characters, I would say that the guy who ended up tying with our MC, the guy who's like a junior, I believe, or he's older, he's one of the upperclassmates. He's an interesting character because he didn't say much, but there's some sort of history with him. Now, the other thing that they did good is that one of the original members of the Stride Club, it seems like he was in this episode. He made like a little guest appearance. He had this long, colorful hair, and he quit the club. We don't know exactly why, but he's gonna be in the next episode, I hope. And he made like a little guest appearance in this episode. So that was nice. That was a nice little teaser. That's what I'm talking about. But overall, this episode felt average. It felt like it left a lot to be desired. It felt like knowing Madhouse Studios and the hype behind Madhouse Studios and the expectations that people have, they just didn't deliver. Was it a bad episode? No, it wasn't. Does it have potential? Yes, it does. Was it outstanding, incredible? No, it was average, and that is my opinion. But let me know in the comments below, what are your opinions? Let me know in the comments if you're gonna be watching. Are you gonna do the 3-episode rule? Is this a must-watch anime, being that it's Madhouse Studios, or were you kind of disappointed and expected a little bit more from the legendary Madhouse Studios? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Bando-san. Saw me?
Hollering about fuck me. Nah, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Now I'm in the whack. And let me